you still working on the starter image? Are you there, or am I just frozen?
I didn't mute you because I didn't want to mute everything. Welcome everybody to Age of Radio Mercury. I was just giving it a bunch of time for people to see that it was live stream. My bad. And then I muted us, or I muted me, so that we wouldn't come through. How's everybody doing today? We are doing a Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. 9 a.m. Mercury show, your host for podcasting, other pop culture news. My name is Jeremy, the host of Mercury, and this is my partner in crime, creator Trey, who we're going to get to hang out with. Well, I'm going to hang out with. We'll do some videos. I mean, we won't do live videos, but we'll hang out on Sunday. It'll be amazing. Oh, I said amazing. Where's the amazing button? I don't know where the amazing button is anymore. I changed all the stuff, and now I don't know where anything's at. I think this will do it. Let's do it. Did that do anything? There we go. Although it's only doing it on the vertical. Oh, there we go. I have to push. That's really weird. You have to push like one side of the button. Anyway, not important. We're excited for our show today. Assassin's Creed Shadows is officially collaborating with Attack on Titan. We're going to talk about the FX series that is going to be for Far Cry by Ubisoft. So maybe that can help turn Ubisoft around, along with this Assassin's Creed Shadows crossover. We're also going to talk about the Stingray TuneIn merger. Maybe they can fix their podcasting problems that they've had over at TuneIn. And then also, this is going to be for Johnny Crypto. I don't know if Johnny Crypto's out there in the audience, but Johnny Crypto, if you're listening, I know how much you love your Crocs, and now you can get Microsoft-inspired Crocs. So I'm super excited for everything we have in store. But before we get kicked over to that, Trey, how was your Thanksgiving? I know that you aren't spending it where you probably normally would spend it because you're in Arizona right now. So tell me, how was your day yesterday? Did you do anything exciting? And are you doing anything exciting today?
So I'm not really doing anything exciting today other than coming and hanging out with you for an hour. Yesterday was pretty uneventful too. We all went together and did a FaceTime call with some of my family in Montana, and had Japanese food. The
Did you have sushi, or what'd you eat?
What's it called? Udon.
Udon. Udon is so amazing. I want some udon right now. That'd be great. Did you cook it at home?
No, we went to a restaurant.
Nice. So you guys didn't do like a full Thanksgiving dinner? You guys just went out and had Japanese food?
People had worked and stuff like that. It was a bit of just a last minute.
No, that's okay. I'm not gonna. This is a non-racist remark, but white people food sometimes is boring as shit. So sometimes when you just have turkey and ham and mashed potatoes and corn, it's like, but the thing is, I never eat any homemade food during the year. So for me, getting turkey and mashed potatoes and ham and corn is something that I get really excited about when I get to have it. But if someone said, if I had to pick between udon and ham, I would 1,000% pick udon. I think that's one of my favorite things to eat. Do you like sushi, Trey?
Not usually.
No,
I did. It's good.
Yeah, I did something that I normally have never done before. In fact, I've never done this my entire life. I actually did a 5K race. It was horrible. I was horrible at it. I did it in about the time that I thought that I would do it in. So that was good. But I did not account for the fact that there was a lot more hills than I thought that there would normally be. So my freaking my thighs, but my thighs are killing me today, and hamstrings are killing me today because I don't practice running like in an incline. So I'm definitely gonna have to change some of that practice because it was a freaking shit show if I've ever seen one in my life getting through this race. But I got a little turkey medal, so that was kind of cool. I was really excited about that. And then I ate, and today I'm going to go shopping specifically for Kevin McAllister's Home Alone Department 56 house so that I can set it up. Like, one of my dreams my entire life was to have a whole Department 56 town. And I have like a banister in my house that I specifically, when I bought this house, I was like, that is going to be the best place to put a Christmas town on. And I have never bought any Christmas town stuff. So I found some pieces that I like. And that's why Mercury can't be this afternoon, because I'm going to go over to the Biltmore to find Department 56 stuff. So that is what I am doing today. But you're not doing anything today?
Not doing anything. I do have something I'd like to show you guys, though. If that's
I would
okay.
love to see it. Share it up.
So my aunt was nice enough to let me adopt some tech because she was doing some recycling and some clearing up. And the first thing I got was a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus.
Nice. What are you going to do with that, Trey? You don't use Samsung stuff.
It's going to be a secondary device. I'm going to run Android on it. Going to be a little bit careful because it's out of service, but definitely going to keep up with Android on it.
Yep. Yeah, and you actually, so some good news, Sora is now on Android. So I got the Sora app downloaded on my phone. I have not fixed my avatar problem, but you actually made us a Thanksgiving Day AI video, it looks like.
I did.
All right, I'm going to throw it up here. Hopefully it's super loud.
This video was made with Sora. Enjoy. Got it. Thank you.
Pass the roots this way.
Here they come.
More gravy?
Please.
There we are.
Happy Thanksgiving.
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 Happy Thanksgiving, dear. Happy Thanksgiving.
What is with? Why did you use the old devices, or did you prompt that in there, Trey?
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Look who we've got here.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, everybody.
Miss you guys. Miss you more. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love you all.
Oh, Trey, I didn't watch the full thing. That's freaking beautiful. Actually, it's amazing. I'm going to throw amazing on it. It's amazing. Trey, that is so cool. That was really thoughtful. So walk me through what some of the prompts were.
So the idea was like how we've all begun to stay together, even if we're like further apart than ever before. And especially as time goes by. So you start with like people around the table, and ChatGPT helped me with the prompts because it's if you don't know about the AI stuff, it's probably a better idea to have AI help you with the prompts than to just rely on your own brain for it. And it talked about like the warm feeling that a lot of the clips have, and the nostalgia and stuff of that stuff. And that's where that came from.
That's really cool. That is really cool. I will say that it is funny that you used AI to create prompts to create AI. Like, do you think that we're getting a little bit crazy with our use of prompts, or do you think it's been a fit? I mean, that was a really cool video. I think that I really liked that video. Do you think so? What are you, when your voice didn't sound like your voice that much in this one. The one that we played last week, your voice sounded closer to you. Are you able to change your voice after the video's out to try to get it more like your voice?
No, that's kind of so. Again, I don't use this for anything that's serious because it's kind of a crapshoot, and that's also why. Sora has a feature to stitch together different videos, so you might have noticed that it was kind of disjointed in places. That's because like doing something like that stays kind of coherent is almost impossible, at least in the mobile app. So I just stitched a bunch of videos together with prompts that I made.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it was a great idea too. That was really cool to see the old phones that some kids these days probably would never know what the hell that was if they saw it. There was a rotary phone in there. The only thing you didn't have, you should have went back further where it was the phone where you would like pick up the thing and it'd be like put the little horn thing on your ear, and then you would talk to the operator and say, I remember talking to my grandparents about this. I'm very fortunate. Both of my grandparents on my mother's side, both of them are still alive. But talking to them, they're like, when they first got the phone, there were people whose phone number was like 1 digit. They would pick up the thing and they would be like, can you please call 1? And then it would like the operator would route them into line 1 or phone number 1, and that was how they would get a hold of the other person. Which is really crazy to see how we are now, because now we can FaceTime and we can do all this other stuff.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Kicking us off into some news, Assassin's Creed Shadows is officially collaborating with Attack on Titan. This collaboration between the two iconic and beloved franchises will introduce new missions and exclusive content that mixes Assassin's Creed's dark, immersive environments with unforgettable settings found in Attack on Titan. The crossover experience won't be around for long, but it's an experience that anime fans and gamers should not miss out on. And I'm super excited about this. Let's watch this. I stopped playing Assassin's Creed Shadows to play Ghost of Yotei, because Ghost of Yotei is freaking beautiful. I mean, Trey, when you have a chance, in fact, I'll buy you it. You have PS4 or PS5? I can't remember.
I have a PS4.
Okay, I don't know if it's out on PS4. I'd imagine that it is, but you need to 1000% play Ghost of Yotei just for the mere amazingness of the special effects and the way that they use the lighting and the cinematography on it. It is so beautiful. And it's a pretty fun storyline too, and it's fun gameplay, and especially if you like Japanese stuff. All right, I don't know where the sound's at on this, but I don't know what it is. Can I mute it? Well, we're gonna watch this with no sound. I'm gonna give commentary.
A monster that wields death
I
on a
don't know what
scale
happened
you've
to the
never
sound.
seen.
What's going on?
Jeremy, it's
We
playing.
must
The
rescue
sound's on.
Darwin before Albrecht and his fanatics force him to
Why can't
shift
I
and
hear
destroy
it?
everything you've ever known.
No idea.
And if Galdrin succumbs,
Well, all of you out there, I'm glad you guys can hear the sound. Was the sound really cool, Trey? Because was it
It
amazing?
is pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
was.
amazing. Okay, so here's my thing though. Do you think that we're going to see a lot of more companies like this do these types of crossovers to take advantage of all the anime craze that's going on right now?
I think we're going to see it in general a lot.
Because
I
I
mean,
mean, it's Attack on Titan. Like, I haven't watched all of Attack on Titan, so I don't know if it has anything to do with anything that would be how Assassin's Creed Shadows is, because that seems like a weird. It seems like a weird crossover to me at first, because Attack on. Go ahead, Trey.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's definitely strange. It's not historical at all. Like, not at all.
Right. Well, yeah, 100%. So there has to be some type of thing that happens where, like, you get into this completely other concept of the world, which I think they alluded to in the commercial. But again, I couldn't hear it. I wonder why. I'm really confused why I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Because I can hear you beautifully, and the screen was sharing the sound. All right. Well, so do you have Assassin's Creed Shadows, Trey?
I do not. Nope, I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's probably one of the better Assassin's Creed games, especially if you like Japanese, like, I guess, culture, or like, I don't know, Japan specifically would be pretty good. But again, is it Ubisoft? Ubisoft? Is that how it's pronounced?
I think most people say Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. So XFX is also developing an anthology TV series adapting Ubisoft for the Far Cry franchise. The upcoming show will stream on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally. So this is really important for Ubisoft. I don't know why I was thinking it was called Ubisoft. I say it all the time. Okay, so Ubisoft sold 25% stake in a new subsidiary, Vantage Studios, to Tencent. So they divested some of the studios that they had, or this specific studio that they had, because they weren't getting a lot of the sales that they thought they should be getting with the amount of content that they were putting out. So for me, it feels a little weird. Or they sold this off so that they can now go into making more stuff on the screen, because not only are they doing this Far Cry franchise, but they're also doing a Assassin's Creed franchise show on Netflix as well. So I guess my main question in regards to this trailer, what your thoughts are, like, do you think that they should be putting all of this in, like, all of this emphasis onto movies?
I guess I'm sorry, I lost the plot somewhere. I understand what they're doing, and I was listening to you, but like I didn't feel like they're putting a lot of emphasis onto the movie thing.
Yeah, so Ubisoft, they're doing the Assassin's Creed thing, right? Which is good because they're getting more of the anime that's coming into, I guess, to help sell some of their content, because they sold off stuff, right? And so they're probably taking that money, and the reason why they divested out of that was so that they could put more emphasis on doing television shows. So they're doing this Far Cry show, which we're going to talk about more in a minute, and then they're also doing an Assassin's Creed show. Okay, but my question is, because now we have there was the Halo show, there was the what's the New Vegas, the Fallout. There's
Fallout.
the Fallout show, which was a really big hit, and we're starting to see more and more shows be made for, streaming platforms. So my question is, do you think that they should be doing that? Do you think that gives access to people to go and play the games as a new audience? Like, what are your thoughts on them doing more and more shows in general?
I think, like, a lot of people have said the new audience thing, and that's like somewhat true. But most of the people who are going to search out that stuff are going to be hardcore fans of the series. So I think that it's just another way to merchandise name appeal, frankly. Not that it's a good or bad thing, it's just a thing. Like, media is just kind of becoming broader, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I think too, more and more people are more apt to play video games, right? So gaming is becoming a really big part of our culture. The thing that's really interesting about the Far Cry is, so the Far Cry signature standalone is in a storytelling format. And what's really exciting about that, it's going to be from executive producers Noah Hawley, who created Fargo, which Fargo was a really big hit on FX, and then also Alien Earth. The other big thing, Rob McElhenney, who changed his name to Rob Mack. Do you know the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Trey?
I do not.
Okay, so Always Sunny in Philadelphia has been a pretty popular comedy. It's got Danny DeVito in it. It's on FX. So Rob Mack now, I guess, is what he's going by. He officially changed his name. He's going to be co-writing and also starring in the Far Cry series. So have you played any of the Far Cry games?
I have, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so each game they're an anthology game series, right? So each game that comes out is a completely new storyline. So one of the things that Holly liked about that was that the Far Cry game franchise, because it's an anthology, each game is a variation of a theme, the same way that each season of Fargo was a variation on a theme. So I think that Holly was a really good choice for this, because he's already been directing an anthology series. And so because of that, or creating an anthology series, so taking that, I think that this might work really, really good, where like every season of the Far Cry FX series, it's going to be like a new plot. And again, my guess is that they're going to try to, I think they're going to take themes from the show. I don't think that they're going to, or from the game. I don't think that they're just going to try to copy what's already in the game. I think they're going to take like the ideas that are explored in the game itself, and then move them into the television show. So would this be something that you would watch? Did you like the Far Cry games that you've played?
Oh, it's undoubtedly something that I could watch. Although, like, I hope that they dip their toes into some of the games, because I would love to see another TV show dip into Montana.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, everybody, let me know in the comments if this is something that you would be interested in for a Far Cry show. Is this something that you're going to watch? Do you like the fact that Rob from Always Sunny in Philadelphia is one of the I guess, writers of it and is going to be one of the main stars of it. And again, hopefully this is something between the Assassin's Creed thing and this show and the Assassin's Creed show that Ubisoft can get it kind of its shit together and kind of get back as one of the best gaming, I guess, publishing houses that it was. What Assassin's Creed games have you played, Trey?
So the last one I played is actually a very recent one. I think it's Valhalla. I've kind of stopped because they're not exactly accessible.
What do you mean by they're not accessible?
So like a lot of their things for like directing you aren't exactly. For example, there's the compass. There's the little white dots over stuff that needs to be destroyed, like stuff like that. I can't make out.
Oh, it's okay. That makes sense. What besides Donkey Kong Bonanza, are you playing anything right now?
Man, I haven't been playing anything the last couple of weeks. It's been kind of crazy.
Have you been able? Were you able to get everything set up? So your aunt bought a whole new. She bought a Mac, right? Or she bought a PC. What did she end up buying?
A Mac Mini.
Yeah. Oh, she bought the Mac Mini, and you helped her set it up.
Yep. Still teaching her how to get stuff like that, but it's working.
Yeah, it makes me sad that we lost another person to Mac, but what are you gonna do? Everything can't be perfect. All right, TuneIn Stingray merger opens new distribution doors for podcasters. Trey, have you ever listened to anything on TuneIn?
No, I haven't.
So for anybody that's out there, TuneIn is kind of like an online radio station, but for a while there, so like you could have like networks like Bloomberg was through there. That's the only radio station that I can think of, or that was through there. Like Bloomberg Radio would stream through TuneIn, but there was a bunch of other networks besides Bloomberg. And so essentially what happened that I'm kind of excited for this. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about this merger. TuneIn was obviously kind of like not one of the top places that people would go to spend money to listen to online radio. And so they kind of branched into podcasting for a very long time. And so a lot of the Age of Radio podcasts were actually on TuneIn. And so we had a couple of shows that came on the network, like Homeostasis, the Healthy Grocery Radio show, the Come Up. And when I was trying to get those distributed out onto TuneIn, TuneIn is actually close, taking on new podcast submissions and allowing people to actually put out new podcasts through their platform. They only distribute the older ones. So when I found out that Stingray was purchasing TuneIn, because Stingray is essentially like a large media company. So they ended up buying TuneIn for 175. Let's see, at closing, it was 150 million paid out at closing and up to 25 million paid out 1 year post closing. TuneIn is expected to achieve $110 million of revenue and $30 million of adjusted EBITDA for the 12-month period ending December 31st. And so again, this is kind of exciting that Stingray purchased it. Like I've been saying, we're going to see more and more of these acquisitions as podcasting and broadcast radio and this type of format of media gets larger and larger. So I'm kind of excited about that it got purchased, because I thought that it was going to increase the actual production or distribution that was going to be pushed out through TuneIn, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So based off of a quote that I found, and this is from one of the individuals and from TuneIn. So we're going to continue to distribute millions of podcasts, Stern says, noting TuneIn's ongoing commitment to serving creators who want broad reach. In an interview, he explains that the company is focused on being helpful to the podcast community, especially as the combined company brings more distribution touch points across smart speakers, connected cars, and connected TVs. So the whole shtick behind Stingray is that their broadcast that's everywhere. So they're trying to buy up media sources that are probably distributing content, that they can take that distribution of that content and then put it into their other, I guess, supply chain of distribution, which is through, different radio channels, video channels, and then they're going to sell ads to all of those places. And so we're going to definitely see a lot more of that as podcasting continues to grow and consolidate. Stern also makes it clear that TuneIn's business model isn't shifting into full-scale podcast production or exclusive monetization. And it looks like all that they're going to be doing, from what I can tell, is that they are going to be just pushing their existing podcasts that are on the platform into more of the Stingray distribution channels. So if you're already in the TuneIn ecosystem, you're going to get continued good distribution of those podcasts, but it doesn't look like they're going to continue to have new podcasts be able to be pushed out through TuneIn, which in my opinion was a little kind of disappointing, again, in my opinion, because I want more and more places for podcasts to be distributed from, especially if you're an independent content creator. So Trey, I know that was a lot. What are your thoughts on kind of this merger? I know that you not really big into TuneIn. I hardly listen to stuff on there because I use a different app for my distribution anyway.
I really don't have much of it. I hope that this ends up with more stuff like in the long run, but other than that, I don't really have any thoughts on it. I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose connection. I just moved.
Oh, was that why? I was like, why is Trey moving? Is it because your internet started kind of like falling down, falling out? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Trey, let me know, what do we have going on in the Age of Radio community? Again, Mercury is brought to you by Age of Radio, a podcast, a media company with a podcast network. We have over 100 shows on our podcast network. You can check them out at ageofradio.com. We have everything from motivation to health and wellness to movie reviews to comics, and this is our show about podcasting and pop culture, but Trey helps run our community. So Trey, what do we have going on in the Age of Radio community as of right now?
Awesome. So we have a lot of we don't have a lot going on right now. We've got the anime roundtable coming up next month. We've got the
have you been watching anything we'll just talk about that for a second, because I haven't watched any anime whatsoever at all.
I have not watched anything at all. I've been meaning to. It's just been crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But what were you going to say before I interrupted you?
You're good. The Video Game Awards. We're going to be doing a watch party of the Video Game Awards December 11th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be really fun.
All right. And we don't have Trey's predictions because we don't have a GIF, but I have Trey's predictions on this sticky note. So if you were here last week and you saw me write down on the sticky note, we have things that I can't read. So it looks like Death Stranding 2 you had for something. Ghost of Yote you had for something. Expedition 33. And then Deliverance? Was that a game?
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yes, Kingdom Come Deliverance. I had Hollow Knight, Ghost of Yote for something, Expedition 33 for something, and something else. We got to get a better system for me taking notes, because those notes were horrible. We're never going to be able to go back over any of our predictions whatsoever. Oh, and then Joey actually put this here. Archetypes 2 will be shipping soon. I Need Your Skin. I hate acronyms. I Need Your Skin. Number 1 will be going to print soon as well. Joey, will we have any of those, if you're watching and you can comment back, will we have any of those on December 7th at the Foothills Library LibCon, where we will be doing a live show? So you've been watching no anime whatsoever while we wait for Joey to respond to that?
Nothing at all, honestly.
That's disappointing, Trey. You've had all of this free time, and you've not been watching any anime with it whatsoever. I don't know. All right, Trey, I'm just playing around with you. Is there any other news that you like to go over?
Not as, I don't think so.
All right, well, I have more news because this is a new show. But what were you going to say?
I'm sorry, I just remembered one thing that I couldn't find anything for, and this would be a fun thing to talk about. Did you hear that One Piece might be entering its final phase?
I did not, but I'm super happy because then I'll watch some of it for Alex, because Alex is always like, you got to watch One Piece. It's the best thing ever. And I'm like, it's okay. But again, I've only watched the first, 10 episodes. Maybe it gets good after the first 300 episodes. No, actually, it's a pretty good show. So tell me more about that. How'd you find that out? What's going on with that?
So I couldn't even find any articles on this. Like nobody was talking about this yesterday when I looked. Um, I saw it on a YouTube video. Apparently, back in 2007, Oda, the mangaka for One Piece, said that he would, on the end phase, he would draw one character with an eye patch, and that would be the only one. And in the most recent manga, there was a picture from a flashback of Luffy's brother. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, wearing an eye patch. So they're saying that that might be the end phase. Like, there's still a lot more.
I mean, it would make sense. How long are you going to go on making these things? Like it's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of years that this manga and show have been going on. So I mean that's cool, and I'll give it a. I need to sit down and dedicate some time to watching it. Samuel L. Jackson says it's one of the best things he's ever seen in his life. December 7th, we're going to be at LibCon West at the Foothills Library in Glendale, Arizona. We will be doing some interviews. We will be doing our famous vendor walkthrough. We will be hopefully having better internet connection. Me and Dustin spent like hours on the phone the other day trying to figure out how we could get better connection for the vendor walkthrough. We're going to integrate a Starlink. There's another device that we're going to work on. We probably won't have the other device for the vendor walkthrough on December 6th. It's December 6th, not December 7th. It's December 6th, which is also Daryl's birthday, who is on the Age of Radio events team crew. So we will have to get Daryl on camera and have him talk about his birthday and all the things that he enjoys about birthday. But the Geek Collective is going to have a table there as well at the Foothills Library in Glendale, Arizona. And depending on the date, which, Joey, it's December 6th, we are trying to get them printed before then. Archetypes number 2 will be on the table. If you don't know what Archetypes it is an anthology magazine from the Geek Collective that has short comics in it. It has comic book news articles. We do Kickstarters for them, but reach out to the Geek Collective if you want to find out how you can get your hands on that. Tuning into other podcast news, which is up here on the screen, playlist, a new way to organize your listening. With version 8.0 of the mobile app and 6.0 of the web and desktop apps, Pocket Cast introduces Playlist, a flexible and personal way to organize your listening experience. Playlists, create and customize those playlists by hand. Use your own order. You can save episodes for later or build collections around trips, themes, or guests you love. It's available on iOS, Android, web, and desktop. Add episodes even from podcasts you don't not follow. So you can just find stuff. You can add to the playlist the way I would imagine that most people think playlists actually work. It's perfect for keeping your must-listen queued, organized. They're also doing smart playlists. Let the app organize your podcast for you. Smart playlists automatically gather episodes from the podcast you follow based on the rules you set. For example, you can make a quick listen smart playlist that gathers episodes from your favorite shows that are less than 25 minutes long. So Trey, you don't use Pocket Casts, but I'm sure you use playlists. So do you use playlists for your podcast on any of the platforms that you use for your podcast pleasure?
No, I don't. I'm not an organization type person.
Oh my gosh, Trey, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It freaking drives me crazy when people don't organize their shit. Especially the podcast. I don't know if I'm crazy, but like and I hate paywalls. The thing that I loved about Stitcher, and no one, I'm sure again, Pocket Cast does it. I think it's behind a paywall, but like the ability to organize like podcasts into files. So like, for example, if I want to put all of maybe I listen to a bunch of movie review podcasts, like Everything I Learned from Movies, Home Video Hustle, What Were They Thinking? These are all podcasts on the Age of Radio Podcast Network. Fantastic shows. If I want to put them all into a movies folder, I can put them all into a movies folder. And what I'm finding is that people are kind of starting to use that concept as playlists. So because you don't use playlists, you probably can't add anything to this conversation.
I can. Only on YouTube. I use playlists on YouTube.
Okay, so playlists on YouTube. So tell me about your playlist organization on YouTube.
mostly the watch later playlist. That's the one I use the most. Just stuff when I want to not look
Make
at
sure that
stuff
you
right
save
away.
it. That's how I save
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, absolutely. No, I love organization. I love stuff being the only thing that I don't see. Like, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess the episode thing makes sense, but you would have to be really. And I'm really into podcasts, but like to find the episodes in my mind, they would have to be some type of really important informational episode about some topic to then create a whole playlist about that specific topic. And then to be able to find episodes that are relevant to that topic to then put into that folder seems a little, I guess, daunting maybe, but I could maybe see that happening, or at least having a playlist when you come across that topic, you could throw that episode in it. In my mind, it makes more sense to take the theme of the podcasts and organize them that way into folders. That's the way that I think about it the most.
So there's actually a feature on Apple Podcasts for that. They call it. It's not playlists. It's called stations. And
Correct.
the way it
Yep.
works. Oh yeah, you already knew.
Yeah,
About
I know, but go ahead, Trey, for people that don't know about it. Yep.
Okay, so what it does is you just add these podcasts to folders that you call stations. You can give them a different name, and then when you play this station, it will play the latest of episode of those podcasts in rotation of when they were last released.
Yeah. And I think that that's pretty cool. I think I like the concept of stations. In fact, I think TuneIn, if I'm not mistaken, because they did a lot of like also radio stations along with podcasts and along with a bunch of other stuff, they actually did the concept of stations, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. Trey, would you say, to move us on here, would you say that a creator, a podcast host, is a person who podcasts is also a creator?
I would.
Yeah. So this is a study that IAB did, and it seems to be a disconnect between marketers and podcasters. So there's a new report from the Interactive Advertising Bureau, IAB, you know what, before we get on this, IAB, if anybody ever watches this from IAB, I want you guys to look. It's like $10,000 to become a member of IAB. That seems like a ridiculous amount of money to become a yearly member. If I'm not mistaken, when I looked at it last, I could be wrong. If someone out there wants to go find out what it costs to get an IAB membership, let me know in the comments, and also like this comment and share this with your friends. Again, this is Mercury, your home for podcasting and other pop culture news. So there's this big disconnect between, I guess, brands consider creative generator content a must buy, but then digital audio, they invest less than digital audio. So if we can see here from this chart, 48% of brands that consider the following a must buy, 48% feel that creators are a must buy, but they don't bucket the creator into the same content as a podcast or a podcaster. So the survey results may frustrate podcasters, but the wind is at their backs when it comes to spending. So the IAB 2025 Creator Economy Ad Spending and Strategy Report reveals that there's a surge in U.S. creator economy investments. So ad spending in the creator economy, which I'm assuming in the creator economy, it means social media.
Yeah.
Okay. So ad spending in that creator economy has more than doubled since 2021, from 13.9 billion to 29.5 billion in 2024. The report projects creator spending will reach $37 billion in 2025, a 26% increase year over year. And that growth rate is quadruple the 5.7% increase projected in September by the IAB for the media industry overall. Leveraging the creator economy connect with audience is no longer experimental for marketers. It's essential. And that is from David Cohen, CEO of the IAB. The significant growth we're seeing reflects a deepening commitment from brands to invest in creator-driven strategies. But my problem is that podcasters are creators. So I feel like there's this disconnect of the value that people can get from advertising in a podcast as compared to people that are to advertising on social media. Trey, what are your thoughts?
I think you're right. I think there is some sort of disconnect there. Also, like, well, there's another article that will get into later, but I think that a lot of it is like a visual sense. I think that a lot of these companies really prioritize having some sort of branding or logo or something like that that is more apparent than on like a podcast. So, like, I don't know how we're gonna fix that.
Well, yeah, but the thing about the podcasting is, so if it depends on how, and I'm trying to find here in the article what it specifically talks about as it relates to, and I don't think I'm sure in the study it says it more, but I didn't read the entire study. Toshi, if you're out there watching, go read the entire study. It'll be good for our newsletter because you'll have more information about how ads are sold. Because again, we sell advertising to our podcasts that are on the podcast network. And so they put this in here. The creator marketing ecosystem is highly fragmented with varying partnership models. There's siloed budgets. There's limited standardization, making it tough for marketers to assess things like audience fit or creator credibility at scale. The result is an environment where strategic matchmaking is often more art than science, and where brands are calling for better discovery tools to guide their investment decisions. The problem is that the problem that I have with this is, let's say that the ad spend that's just going to creators is for social media. The people that buy from people that they see, creators that they see on social media, are the people that follow that creator. Like you've always said, the thing that gets you to trust someone is someone that you like, and then you follow them on all their different platforms. So you have a trust with someone. But the problem is, if social media doesn't always send it to the followers, right? Sometimes sends it to non-followers. If the majority of that showing on social media is to non-followers, those people are going to be less likely to buy than the people that follow the creator, because the people that follow the creator are the people that trust the creator. So in my mind, it makes more sense to, and again, I'm biased, but it makes more sense to spend that money on podcasts, because the people that are listening to the show are traditionally bought into the person. And so they're more likely to buy, because you're not going to get a bunch of always having new people see that show and listen to the entire show. It's going to be the people that regularly listen to that creator.
Right, I completely agree with you. What were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. I was just making noises.
I completely agree with you. I really think that this is a really good, especially in the realm of podcaster red ads. That's always going to be a much higher driver than just having them post on social media.
No, absolutely. And like for me, again, there's people like me. I don't buy a lot of stuff that I see like randomly, right? Like for instance, it took me, like, Manta Sleep is one of my favorite products, but it took me listening to GB ASMR for like 9 years before I ever bought anything that she talked about. And then like when she's like, I learned about Manta Sleep from her, and I was like, oh, this sounds cool. Let me go research that. And then I used her code to buy it, so she got the credit for it. Right. And so again, that's the thing that advertisers need to be doing. But in the world that we have, we want this, like, there's like this sense, and it makes sense. You want to spend the money, you want to see that return on investment right away, but that return on investment may not come for a while. But if you start putting the money into the creators that people follow on a regular basis, and have those people start hearing those impressions, then they're more likely to buy. And I think that we should have much more spending in the podcasting segment, because I think it's much more successful than just going to creators in some other capacity. But again, I don't know what capacity that they're referring to the creators as. My guess is it's social media and that type of format. But to your point, Trey, I do think it has a lot to do with the video piece of it. Because again, video podcasts we're creating two distinct podcasting industries. There is the video podcasting industry, and now there's the audio podcasting industry. A new analysis from the podcast host finds that the rise of video shows is creating a split in podcasting, with audio only and video-driven productions emerging as two distinctly different mediums in terms of cost, workflow and creative approach. So they could be using creators in the sense that they want to go after visual, because again, if it's a physical product, you can't see a physical product not on a video screen. So I guess that would kind of make sense.
Absolutely.
One of the gaps, though, to talk more about this is production time. This report here I thought was really, really interesting, and I want your take on it because you do a podcast, I do audio podcasts. We also do this live show. Time spent per episode on audio only. More than 45% of more people in this survey spend more than 6 hours to do their audio podcast, where 36% spend more than 6 hours. So what this chart is saying is that people that do video only spend less time on their production of the video than audio. Why do you think that that's happening?
That's fascinating. You would think the inverse, right?
Yeah, because that's what I love about. So, like, the way that I have my podcasting set up is I use Steinberg's Cubase. I have it. Well, I take that back. I traditionally use Steinberg's Cubase. I have been testing out Wavelab Cast, which is specifically designed for creators and podcasters. The workflows are a little bit different. Cubase works a lot better in my opinion. But point is I majority in either way, I have a template. Okay. I have a template for my show. I have a template for when it's just me talking and when I have to port in audio from a guest. So I record my audio, I throw it in. It has all of my plugins, everything all set up to match my voice, to match what I'm doing. If I have a guest, I have to go through and change that. So that takes a little bit longer. It does not take more than 4 hours. So there's no 4-hour segment in that. I mean, I throw that bad boy in, record the podcast, put that on there, and then push that bad boy out. It takes like an hour and a half. And that's an hour and a half from start to finish for a half an hour podcast episode. So again, I'm guessing that this might mean including like research, maybe?
That could be. I also could see. So a lot of podcasts nowadays like do. I put that all. I'm sorry. My brain is jumping here.
Sorry, we did this in the morning. Our whole thing's thrown off. We're usually doing this in the afternoon. I'm half asleep, drinking the same amount of coffee. Continue, Trey.
I got an energy drink here, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And
you know what that is? That's amazing. Okay, I just wanted to throw that in there. Trey, continue. Sorry.
You're good. Oh crap! I completely lost my train of thought.
That's because I kept interrupting you because I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you're fine.
All right. While you think about that, the one thing that I will say that video might take less, especially if you're recording on something like StreamYard, you don't really have to do a lot of editing. So, like for us, if like I say this was our entire show, we just jump on here and then it's done. Right. So I mean, there's not a lot of time in this. I mean, I spend about an hour. I mean, you pull the articles, that probably takes you an hour or two. I pull so I guess if that's the case, then I read it for about an hour. I set up, I decide if I want to do images or if I just want to put this up. So it takes me about an hour and a half of pre-prep time. And then, to get everything set up, and then we record it, but then it's live and ready to go afterwards.
Right.
So I guess in that regard, it might be less of a production time.
That's definitely a possibility. There's also the fact that a lot of people do like special what do you call the thing on the chapter
like art they put like the transcripts,
the transcript too, but no, I'm talking about the actual like how the podcast art, you can like add custom podcast art.
Oh yes kind of like also with a thumbnail.
Right. Well, you can actually do that. Like, I don't know what software is allowing people to do this, but you can do this on a chapter by chapter basis.
Oh, really? I didn't for an audio show.
Yep.
Oh, that's really cool because I know in Megaphone, which is the product that we use for our network, you can add it and then it puts that thumbnail for the show. But I haven't seen it where it does it chapter by chapter.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've seen a couple podcasts do it.
That's really, really cool. Is that on Apple Podcast? Maybe it's the thing that you think Apple Podcast does that? Because that's what you listen on, right?
That is what I listen on, but I feel like it's something that like these people are doing separate. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you do production on video, production on audio, make sure that you hit a like and share this with someone. But apart from that, comment and let us know how long it takes you to do everything from start to finish. I'm curious about that. It's also too like I'm very workflow oriented because I need things to be like I like have a set like this is what I do, this is what I do, and this is what I do. Right? Like on Thursday night, you get me the articles. I look at those articles, see if I want to add anything else. I read through them as best as I can. I try to read through the studies depending on the time. That takes a little bit longer. And then I clip some stuff out if I want to do images from it. Then I set the show notes and the title, and then I try to set the live for the following day at 3:30. Sometimes I end up doing that into Friday. And then at literally halfway through my meeting with Johnny Crypto, I set up my Shure stand, get my light set up while I'm talking to him and finishing that up. Then I go and get my coffee, and then hopefully we start by 3:30, unless we run into a technical difficulty, which we have had less technical difficulties, which is amazing these last couple of weeks, except for when you were talking and I was muted this morning, but we're getting better as time goes by. That's what makes the show so fun, is that we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And we continue to never get better at it. I'm just kidding. We get better at it every single week. But speaking of Johnny Crypto, he loves his Crocs, and I hate Crocs. Trey, do you like Crocs? What are your thoughts on Crocs?
I've never gotten into that whole thing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and it keeps getting weirder and weirder. However, I think the new weirdness of it is that there's now a Microsoft crossover. Did you know about the enamel pins that they started making that you can put in for your Crocs? Like in general.
I did.
Yeah. So those are kind of cool because I love enamel pins. Do you like enamel pins, Trey? Do you collect pins? Do you collect that type of stuff?
I have it on occasion. I don't have any of it anymore, but I have on occasion.
Yeah, so Crocs is no stranger to teaming up with the video game companies, having released shoes inspired by Animal Crossings and Pokemon in the last couple of years. This time, the popular inspired shoe brand has partnered with Xbox for a clog modeled after Microsoft's flagship console. Although this collaboration is meant to coincide with the Xbox 360's 20th anniversary, this special edition Croc clog appears to be modeled after the Xbox One Series XS controller. So if you want to get a closer look at this bad boy, which that's what it does kind of look like to me, an XS controller. The black shoe is adorned with the Xbox face buttons, D-pad, and white Xbox button, and even pairs of analog sticks. The interior of the shoe sports the Xbox brand name with the Xbox logo adorning the heel strap. The shoe also comes with a limited edition 5 Peeps Gibbets charm. What the hell is a Gibbets? What the hell's a Gibbet?
I think those are the enamel pins you were mentioning.
Oh my god, they're called Gibbets?
I think so.
Oh my god. That's so hold on. So I have a Lululemon bag because I'm apparently a douchebag. I have a Lululemon bag. Okay. It's got enamel pins on it. Would I call those Gibbets moving forward?
No. So the way I understand it is the like the pin things that Crocs actually use are custom made to fit into the holes in the Crocs.
Got it. And those are Gibbets.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it comes with but could I get those Gibbets because I like the Gibbets? Could I get those Gibbets and put them on my bag?
I have no idea on that front.
All right, if anybody knows that, if you're into Crocs, like Johnny Crypto's into Crocs, he's not into the Gibbets, though, that I can assure you. His Crocs look like they came out of fucking World War II. And he loves, not that they're Nazi inspired or anything. I mean that they're like beaten up and like old. So yeah, we probably should clarify that. Okay, so but you get a Gibbet of Halo, Fallout, Doom, and Sea of Thieves, which reminds me, Trey, have you played Sea of Thieves ever?
Nope.
Yeah, every time I see it, I feel like that's something that I would like, and I never play it and never try it out. So I guess that is my fault and my failure in that regard. It's like you know what it is though, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's which involves pirates. So there's three things that I love. I love like samurai culture, like that era stuff. Like that's why I like Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ghost of Yotei, all of that. I love that culture. Then I love dwarves. Huge dwarf fan. That's why I don't play Skyrim. And then the third thing that I love is pirates. So if anybody ever wants to get me anything for Christmas, if it's dwarf related, pirate related, or Japanese, Chinese, Korean, ancient culture related, I'm just waiting for. I'll give you the address. I'm not going to give you guys my address, but you can send me stuff. We should start a Mercury Cash App, Trey, and see if we can just get people to give us money on Cash App. That's what we should try to do. All right, I'm really excited about this because Battletoads is one of my favorite games of all times. I love it so much, and that and some other games are coming to Nintendo Switch. So let's see. I probably won't be able to hear this. I still can't hear it. See, we are having technical difficulties. I can't hear shit. There's a lot of swearing in the mornings. This isn't a kids-friendly show today. So I apologize, kids. I don't know why kids would be watching this. I love this game so much. I love being the yellow guy or the mustard colored guy. Is there sound?
Yeah.
Joey always yells at me when there's dead air. So I was like, dead air! Dead air! That's what it feels like happening right now to me. Whoa. Did you play Ninja Gaiden?
I did play a couple of them, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. How do I get this? This is all this is the subscription thing?
Yeah, I think it's their online plus bundle or the online expansion pack.
Fucking subscriptions. Kids, if you're watching this, and there's one thing you take away, we gotta fight the subscriptions. It's ruining the entire planet. That's what's ruining the planet over AI. That's what people should be upset about, is streaming services. Is this like the first Kid Icarus? Oh no, it's Mr. Monster. I've never played this game.
The audio is kind of dwarfing you.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll stop talking. I can't hear the audio. Hold on. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Did the volume go down?
Yeah, the volume's down now, yeah.
Did you ever play this?
I have not played any of these, although that first one... Was that first one Battletoads or Ninja Gaiden?
The first one was Battletoads. We're going to watch it again on mute, and I'm going to talk through the entire thing.
So... Battletoads, I'm hoping that they add that soundtrack to the Nintendo Online music app, although I don't know if you get that with the base plan or with the...
What? There's a Nintendo
Plus.
Online music app? What the hell's going on? Why don't I know about that?
You didn't know about that?
Is that a separate app to that other app that they came out with? Or is it all in one app? Oh my God.
It's another app that they came out with. You can download it on your phone, and it has Mario and Zelda and a few other music on it, and apparently people love putting it on when they're working.
I was just going to say that's what it would be. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, she called me, and I felt embarrassed because she had told me she didn't like classical music, and I was listening to an oboe concerto, and I was like, she's going to think I'm a nerd, because I am a nerd, because I love listening just to classical music, but I think that video game music would be very beneficial to listen to in the same context of classical music. and then people won't call. I guess they would still call you a nerd if you're listening to that. Either way, I'm a nerd. So I guess I didn't get out of that one in any way whatsoever. Bionic Commando, did you play that?
I did not. I've heard good things about it though.
All right. Well, everybody go check out Switch Online if you want to see these news articles. I think Trey posts them in our Discord. Head on over to our ageradio.com in the upper right-hand corner. You can get our Discord, or you can click on this QR code right up there if you're not watching this on your phone and can utilize your phone to click that QR code, or I guess scan that QR code would be a better way to say that. If you can scan that QR code, it will take you right over to our Discord, where you can be a part of our anime roundtable, hang out with me and Trey, working to get more of the podcast hosts in there, talk to some of them, where your favorite podcast hosts hang out. But I do encourage podcast hosts to always have some type of community that they're getting people in. If you want to be a part of my community at Age of Jeremy, you can head on over to Instagram. And on Instagram, I have my Dope Insights and Updates channel, broadcast channel. Make sure that you subscribe to that. And also, Creator Trey, you have your Substack as well. Before we get into the last articles that we have, what is... Oh no, my StreamYard's doing that thing again where I can't scroll down. So I can't put your Substack up here. So tell people about your Substack before we close out this show and go to the last articles.
Sounds good. Before we do that, though, I also need to remind you, Jeremy, that they don't need to just do the QR code or the Age of Radio website anymore. If they go to discord.gg/Age of Radio, they can also join our Discord.
You set that up. I forgot. Paid lots of money for that. Takes so much money to be able to do that. So make sure that you listen to our podcast episodes to support us so that we can pay for that specific Discord URL.
Absolutely.
Where's Dustin? Is Dustin here? Dustin, are you out there? Dustin, you need to change that link on our ageofradio.com. In fact, you know what we should do for fun? At the Glendale Library, we should have a 38-minute segment where we just interview the staff about what it's like doing the Age of Radio events and how hectic and fun it is, because it is a giant shit show. We're trying to get better. But anyways, Trey, where's your Substack at? Do you have new articles coming out? Where can people join the Substack?
Awesome. So you can join the Substack at creatortrey.substack.com. I've got an article that I want to put out. I've been meaning to put it out all week. I just have not gotten myself to do it. Gotta love the old I don't know. Gotta love it. It's
yes. We gotta love. You know what we gotta love? We gotta love this amazing GIF. Amazing! It's amazing that you forgot what it was called. It's okay. Welcome to my life, because I have no idea what's happening in any moment of any time of the day. I just go with the flow. And things just happen. Continue, Trey.
You probably have more inkling than I do. Anyway, I'm doing an article on digital maximalism or creative maximalism, about how I no longer delete apps that I am not specifically using for a task on my iPhone and my iPad anymore.
Nice. You were amazing. See, did you see me say it? I said it and I pushed the button. I pushed the button. I wonder if I got to make a macro for this so I can just put it on my Stream Deck, which isn't set up yet. What does this do? Hide from stage, replace asset. I don't know. StreamYard's kind of, I don't know. StreamYard's fun, I guess. StreamYard, you're okay. You're okay. All right, you know what's also okay, and what I'm really behind on, is Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer as a franchise could be content simply with a runaway manga success with over 220 million copies sold. They've sold over 220 million copies of the manga. That's amazing. Oh, look, I said it again.
There it is.
Amazing. You know what's funny? I was watching watching some people talk yesterday. My grandparents had the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day parade on, and I was listening to people talk. It is crazy how many people use amazing as their main word of choice when they're asked about something. Like, it's the first thing that people go to, like, oh, it's really amazing. And then they they don't hit the button. So anybody out there, if you ever say amazing, reach out to Joey, get this specific GIF, and you can have an amazing GIF that just says amazing. I'm sure I don't know how he made it. He made it on Canva, I think. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has crushed much of 2025's box office competition, and it's the highest grossing anime movie ever as of right now. To commemorate this, creator Koyohiro Gutoge dropped a surprise for the fans in a weekly Shonen Jump number 52. Gutoge, I'm so sorry. Everybody's going to be like, you're saying it wrong. Released a new illustration of Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, to commemorate the release of Infinity Castle Part 1. The illustration on top, let me get this illustration up here. The illustration on top of appearing in the magazine will be distributed to future attendees seeing the movie. It also indicates more illustrations in the future, while the fans want more manga above all else. The posing of Shinobu's certainly doesn't seem coincidental in how she's looking back at the readers, waving as if to say goodbye, giving what transpires in Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Fans in Japan being able to receive this illustration is a special treat and additional incentive in a long line of promo goods handed out for the movie. While it's certainly new manga art, fans who caught wind of this release were perhaps hoping for something more substantial. However, given the rest of the trilogy's planned release, at least readers can expect similar elegant illustrations for each new movie, but it certainly seems like the latest in a frustrating trend, drip-feeding illustrations and posters for fans all year. Have you seen Infinity Castle yet, Trey?
I have not, and now that I know it's in theaters, I'm going to see if maybe one of my cousins wants to go see it with me, if it's still in theaters here in Arizona.
Yeah, it's probably.
I would really like to see it.
Oh yeah, I think how many seasons did you say I was behind on? Like 4, like 2
I
seasons.
think they're 2.
Oh my god, I've seen I've seen The Train. That's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the
and
stuff that came after The Train, and that's as far as I've seen.
Right. So yeah, you are definitely 2 seasons behind.
For the love of God, why? But the great thing about that is there's only 8 episodes now, right? 8 or 9 episodes per season or something small, right?
Yeah.
It's not like 4,000 episodes per season like Bleach. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yep.
Do you mind if much anime to watch? Trey, oh my god, how do people I'm so sad. How do people watch so much anime? And you haven't even been watching any anime.
No. I don't know. I guess I just have a lot of free time, which is I should be doing
Yeah, if you have a lot of free time, you should be spending most of your free time watching anime. What the hell's wrong with you? That's where all of our free time should be going. Everybody in the comments below, let us know what your favorite anime is, please. We always want new and more recommendations, even though I have a note list long of recommendations from Trey. Again, my name's Jeremy. This is Creator Trey. Besides your Substack, Creator Trey, where can people find you? What do you want them to do? And how do you want them to spend time with you?
First off, I had another point from the last article, if that's okay.
Of course.
Okay. To the people who are upset that there's only one animation, respectfully quit it. I am very happy that the Demon Slayer manga is finished. I think it's a very good story from what I've seen of it. I still haven't seen the rest of it. I've been on the anime. But I would much rather see the mangaka start something new instead of continuing this ad nauseum. That's actually something that I'm a little bit irritated. Apparently, the mangaka for One Piece is going to be doing some sort of an advanced expansion afterwards, and I'm going, let it end. That's where we get stuff like Dragon Ball. So I'm going to leave it there. But if you guys...
no, I agree. Actually, Trey, that's a good point, and I didn't touch much on the anime piece of it or the manga piece of it, but that's a good point. And the difference though is if fans want it, I get that. A lot of the time, studios do it not to appease the fan, but they know that fans, well, I guess maybe to appease the fans, but then to just keep making the profit machine continue. But I agree with you. Like, the great thing about stories is there's stories. Sometimes we don't need things to continue to go on. Sometimes something's perfect from the start to the finish of it, and that should just be stopped and then advertised in the continue forever so that people can see that amazing piece of art.
Absolutely. I like the spin-offs that they've been doing for like games like that are like completely different stories. That's one thing. But like just continuing these franchises forever is just not the way to do it, in my opinion.
I agree. Trey, where can people find you? What do you want them to know?
All right. I don't have anything I want you guys to know, but if you guys want to follow me and all of my exploits, you can find me on just about every social media network that you can think of. And it is at Creator Trey.
That was amazing, Trey. Thank you. All right, my name is Jeremy. You can find me at Age of Age of Jeremy, wherever you get your podcasts. I have a podcast that's about my business adventures and side quests. I also have a show called Conversations. It's also part of my podcast on my YouTube channel at Age of Radio or Age of Jeremy. You can also find my Conversations live podcast on demand on Spotify as well. Now I have a great conversation coming up this next Thursday with Mario from a company called Omni Boulevard. We're going to talk about his entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about his branding for some of the businesses that he works with as well. So we have a great show in store for you on Thursday. With that, make sure that you check out all of the Age of Radio content, including Explain Yourself, which is a live kickstarting roundtable with Ben and Joey. We also have Cause Talk Live, which has multiple segments. There's Thermos segment where she plays video games. There's Jinx's segment where she talks about, I believe it's called Craft Crunch, Jinx's segment's called. And Jinx is also sometimes streaming Overwatch on there as well, I believe. And then we also have, or at least on her Twitch channel at the Jinx Cosplay. We also have our show Mercury, which you can see. But then we have hundreds of podcasts, everything from motivation, health, and life with Coach JV or the CJV podcast, all the way to movie review podcast, everything I learned from movies, Home Video Hustle, what were they thinking, and are the new podcast, the Come Up podcast with, I believe, David Smith. So make sure that you check that out. That is a daily podcast. It also talks about motivation as well. So check that out also. And then we'll also be adding more segments to Mercury. I did an interview with Amber, who is the creator of Champ, a independent comic book, so you can check that one out. I don't know, I'm just telling all the stuff that we have going on. Trey, anything else that you want to tell them to do? Go follow Joey, go follow Jinx, follow Chuck. Make sure you follow this beautiful man right here, Dustin. He loves when people follow him, and he loves when people take pictures of him, especially funny pictures that you can send to us at support@ageofradio.com. So if you're live December 6th at the Glendale Library, take some funny pictures of Dustin and send them to us, and we will put them on the screen, and maybe you can win some money as well. So make sure that you come and check us out at December 6th at the Foothills Library from 10 to 3. I'm just going to keep rambling on. What else do we have going on? Oh, look at this picture of Dustin. This is a good one of Dustin right here. I love this one of Dustin. That's me feeding him. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, guys, we have a bunch of stuff. Go head on over to ageofradio.com. Check everything out. Have a great Black Friday. Buy lots of stuff. Spend time with family. If you're working right now, tell your work that you're leaving and see if we can get everybody to do a walkout for Black Friday. I don't know where you would go shopping if everybody left where they were working, but have a fun day. Have a blessed day. Very grateful for all of you. And as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind, and we'll talk with you soon. Bye.